Hey everybody, I'm doing a quick little video here for you guys before we go live tonight. I'll wait till some people join before I show you, because I had to turn around to show you guys what I mean by dragon's breath. When elemental dragons breathe, you see a never-ending flow of clouds, and the elemental wind. They're a subspecies of air dragons. Elementals, I'm not talking about, hey, big up guys, what's up Jorge? What's up Aaron? Hola. Ciao. Parlo. Hey Jessica. So listen, I'll be home in a little while, but I wanted to show you guys, I made a little turn here to show you, because all around me, all around the lower Hudson Valley are mountains. Old volcanic formations. And you can see here, up on the top layer of the mountains, that is dragon's breath. Can you see? That is the breath of elemental dragons. Right on the top of the mountain right there, you can see. It looks like there's clouds right here, right here with me. Right here. That is the breath of dragons. The elementals. A never-ending flow of dragon's breath. Look at how. Within the trees. This is dragon's breath. Mahatmas, what's up Malik? This is dragon's breath. So, I have a lot to share tonight. I have a lot to share with you guys. It took me mad hours just to figure out how to fix my car. First of all, why this guy was looking at me all weird right there. I'm not supposed to park in this lot, that's why. So I'm out of here, don't worry. This guy will want to say something too. Alright, I'm out of there. Hey, I'm on my way home now. So that was dragon's breath, everybody. That's all around us, circling the mountains. And of course, all the weather anomalies is involved, because there's been a disconnection from the elementals. I've been telling you guys this. We've been talking about this. We have disconnected from the elemental forces on our planet. And wow, so check this old church out. That shit is a little creepy looking, this church. Some weird shit on the top right there. Wow. Wow, that's some weird shit. I never even noticed all that shit. What's up? Drive Time Shaman videos right now. Please smash that like button. Subscribe. So everybody, I've been talking about all these elemental forces that are, oh shit, let me fix this. All these elemental forces that are going mad on this planet, this disruption. At the same time, we're gonna have psychic information and all this stuff off the charts as well, because they're trying to build a net. Like I said, there's a net being built over us, weaved over us, weaving, intertwining with its all this negative currents of energy, electromagnetic, negative currents of electromagnetic energy that's trying to block us out from our ancestral memory, our DNA, disconnecting us from nature. So all of the elemental forces on our planet are trying one last desperate move to get our attention. And this is what's upon us now. Experiences, if you're ever going to have anything, information coming to you, your ancestors are literally screaming in the dark, waiting to find the light. And they're drowning in your river of blood, screaming with their hands above the water, above the fluid, above the blood, while they're drowning in it. And it's up to you to pull them out. You see, I was talking in my show, and if you guys hadn't heard my most recent show on Truth Frequency Radio, The Eye of Ra, and I'm developing t-shirts right now. My older brother, who's a really good artist actually, he owns a clothing company, and it's called Custom Apparel LLC, and he makes clothing, he makes t-shirts, so I'm gonna be and make this happen. So I'm building a platform so we can start a family of psychics, a family of intuitives, so we can play chess with our survival and not just be shooting from the hip all the time. And if I can find little hints to what's going to happen, and we can find little things to spiritually be aware of what's attacking us and what's in front of us, then that's a big move. And I think that each one of us who becomes more free spiritually can help the whole system here we got. And I'm loving the group that you guys have in the chat room right there. And we can tap into those forces, the elementals. If you're working from your heart, they can tap in. If you're really spiritually devoted and coming from your heart, then you're open to spiritual intrusions in some way, and they can be positive or negative. Now, if your spiritual devotion is to a certain dogmatic religion, and you believe every fiber of that religion, your heart, literally your heart center, can be hijacked. Now, this is intense information, and if you guys have not seen my show on Truth Frequency Radio from Saturday, go check it out now, because it is groundbreaking, the information I dropped. And we're continuing the ancient cult of the dead from ancient Egypt. If you're here right now in a body, that's because you were buried once before. On another timeline, in this reality, you were buried, and you went through some hell. You went through some labyrinth type spiritual shit for your soul to make it back into this physical plane for a mission. Now the thing is, of our prior incarnations, they would literally program that phone with the consciousness and the information from that incarnation and prior incarnations with the mummy, with the body. So when it reemerges in a new form, magically, through this technology, this sorcery, the soul will download the information from this, what's been entwined within it, ritually programmed within it. And now we're burying bodies right now without that ritual programming, without that spirit technology, that soul technology, that scarab metamorphosis technology, the embodiment of, you don't even know how to freaking walk, nothing. We've been wiped clean. We've been embalmed the wrong way. Our hearts is what's the problem. When we die, they are not doing the right thing with our heart and our heart center. The heart needs to be taken out very carefully and placed in a ritual way, and then they actually put the scarab beetle in place of the heart the scarab stone that's programmed with every beat, every vibration that heart took. It's ritually programmed from the moment of birth. From every incarnation, this stone follows the person, this scarab, and you're rolling your life. And then when the heart is done beating, they put the scarab stone in place of the heart until it re-emerges and a new heart is there. I don't think people realize. They think it's just some fancy way or some... Okay, so these people had all this advanced technology with these pyramids and all of this stuff, but when they bury the dead, they're primitive, and it's just some primal way, right? No! Guys, this is advanced technology that we're seeing. Advanced technology. And maybe some of the dynasties later on was the degenerated forms of this technology. But at one time, this technology was mind-blowing, like you wouldn't believe. And our DNA has been disconnected because of what's going on. So trust me, the only way to stop that cycle is by being burnt, I believe. Is by your soul returning to the ash. This physical, the body of matter, bones and all is cremated or burnt in some way. And not in an oven. Not cooked. It should never be enclosed within something. From what information I'm asking for and what I'm seeing right now, is that a body needs to be open, in open space, presented to the elements, not enclosed in something when it's burnt. It needs to be open space where the air is taking away. When the Etruscans, they did two things with their dead. Some were buried and some the ashes were put in urns and buried. Both of this had to do with being still attached to this physical plane and some sort of metamorphosis, because they wanted reanimation. And it chose back into this recycle, and I'm on my last life now. And that my body was once buried in an Etruscan necropolis. And that I know that they're going to use these bodies to download new consciousness from the ancients into it. And I know I'm connected to an ancient symbol from Kume. I might have even been her in another timeline. And I'm going to talk about that later, because I had a whole dream vision of something. And I think some of us seers from ancient Italy, we used our abilities against our will sometimes. That soldiers, I have visions of soldiers literally taking me against my will. And I even sacrificed animals lifetime, and I believe that I'm here now again to use my abilities in a positive way to close that doorway once opened, to close that doorway I once left open on another timeline. And I'm starting to realize my mission here. Everything happens for a reason. And guys, if that's not proof of electromagnetic disturbance in our area or all over, is what happened to me yesterday. As soon as I the rain started yesterday and the thunder and lightning, I know it's bad weather. It's like flooding in some spots here. So as soon as some of the rain started yesterday, I just got home. I closed the door of my car, and the alarm started sounding, and it wouldn't shut off. It wouldn't let me turn the key. So I had to disconnect my battery. It was like an electromagnetic pulse just hit or something, some sort of electric interference. So my battery was going off, and then I figured disconnect the battery, let it sit for a little while, see what happens. So I did that. I came back out, I connected the battery. As soon as I connect the battery, the alarm would not disarm. I had to figure out a way to take the battery, to take the alarm out and then turn the key in the ignition and finally start the car. But it took me like hours. It took me hours, man, and it was like some electrical interference happened. Wow, it's like I just walked into a library. That was fucking weird. I was so walk into a grocery store or something, and the lights, the weird lighting of the store hits you, and you feel like you're on, or you feel like you're in a movie, like you're in Terminator, and you're about to get stalked by a robot. You feel like, oh shit, I got low battery like a motherfucker too. But guys, getting people down for my Patreon that I'm gonna do readings for. Been booking readings. I'm available full time for this now. So guys, hit me up if you want your life changed. Melinda is one person, I think she's in the chat room, who has been with me for a long time. Actually, you know, Melinda found TFR and all of that because she was following, you know, my work, and that's the way she found Frank and a lot of these people. And Melinda, you know, she'll tell you that once you have a reading with me and you're open to what you're gonna hear, it'll start to, after that reading, things will start to activate within you more as well. Your DNA will awaken. And that's my mission here. And out of all the hundreds and hundreds of people I've done readings for in my life, I mean, I started literally in 6th grade with a tarot deck with my friends. You know, I would do little readings, tarot readings for my friends. And it evolved to now. I don't need a deck or anything like that now. I mean, sometimes we use it as tools, but like I don't need cards. You know, I don't need anything like that now. I mean, sometimes we use it just to have a little tool, and sometimes us humans, we like to have a visualization of things sometimes, and it does help in the divination process. Sometimes it's like a magnet, you know, a card will just pop out for somebody, you know, but I don't need that. I have that. I have like it's like a spread of cards in my mind in a way. It's the way it took me decades to figure out what all the symbols mean in my mind. The way I see astrally and psychically and spiritually is I get little symbols, I get little visions of things, and after you get reoccurring symbols, and along with the symbols is a telepathic feeling and a telepathic knowing, you start to remember, okay, this is what happens, or this is what it means every time I see this. You know, I see numbers that way. That's how I figure out sometimes people's life path number, special days of the month that will be good for people, things like that. I know I get a certain symbol for June, I get a certain symbol for the month number of 3, a certain symbol for 9. Like I've talked about it before, 9. A 9 can be a building, a big towering something, and it comes at you sometimes like a big 9. I am a big 9, you know, like a big, you know, it's like, I don't know, I have a weird mind, so I know with certain numbers, what they mean telepathically and how to pick up on things. So I know I sound crazy to some people, but, and yeah, if I talk to a psychiatrist, you know, some of them would try to say I'm crazy, but I've talked to psychiatrists before, and in my life I've sat down with different therapists before. I've had dinner with family, friends that have been, you know, psychiatrists or therapists as well, and are intrigued by what I'm saying, and people that they wouldn't no reason of knowing that, and so it can't be chance, you know. And psychiatrists know there's something else out there, most of them, but of course they have to. Social workers too, and therapists, all of these people, they have to follow the book sometimes. But I did have to see certain therapists when I was younger. I got put in a group home when I was younger. I got in trouble as a kid, and my dad kicked me out, and I ended up, the court made me go, and I actually had a 130 or 120 something or 130 IQ when they tested me, and they wanted me to attend this school called it's called Green Meadow. It's like a school for gifted people, and when I say gifted, I don't mean retarded. So I had a high IQ as a very young kid. I won a national poetry contest as well. And I was having experiences that I just couldn't explain and understand at that age. And I ran for them for a long time. But like my buddy says, you do have to be fearless in spirit. You have to be fearless in that way. And yeah, like I remember, I don't know if any of you guys remember in elementary school, you know, I remember even in 3rd grade, they took me out of the class, and they made me take these certain tests where you would see all these rapid images, all these different things, and I had to tell them what I saw. I remember going and see, certain people in school where they would make me look at the ink blots, and they would make me look at things. And I was, even when in middle school, I was put in all the high classes right away. But I never liked school like that. I was more interested in things that challenged me. Even with sports, my dad would always be upset, like, oh my God, oh yeah, drum and bass, you guys don't even know. So most of you guys just know me from on here. Like, I know I look a lot younger probably than I am. I'm in my 40s, and I used to work at a club in Manhattan in the 90s called the Limelight, and there was a lot of drum and bass. It was an old Gothic church that they made, into a club. And actually, Jorge, if you guys don't realize, I've met Goldie and all those guys before. If you see here, I have the Metalheads tattoo or logo, the Metalheads logo incorporated in my sleeve here. So I'm an old metalhead, and I'm a musician. I sing, I play guitar. You can find some of my music right here on YouTube. In my I'm writing music again, so things are gonna start really. Maybe we should get together if you're a producer, man, because I'm starting writing music again. I want to incorporate drum and bass behind my acoustic guitars and my singing. Drum and bass took me on a whole nother spiritual journey. You know, you have these fast beats with this melodic overtone. You know, it's who we are. It's who we are, right? Our heart is beating, and then we have all these emotions that drive over the beat of the heart. And that's how I see drum and bass, baby. You know, that's how I see this. Look, you got the beat of your heart, and then you got all these melodic emotions floating over the beat of the heart. Right? That's what we got here, right? Think about it. You hear the boom, boom, boom. That's the beat of the heart. And then all these emotions and these sounds floating over it. I love you too, man. So everybody, support me in the chat room. You can donate. You can get crystals. You can get tensor tools. Keep us live. Keep us spreading this message of love and truth. And we got love inside of us. Remember that.